check out UT Coinbank for your cheap, reliable Ultimate Team coins. Remember to use the code RAT66 at checkout for the most money off your order. I hope you guys do enjoy today's video. What is up, guys? ThePremiumRat here, and welcome to episode 1 of the Spurs career mode. Obviously, being a Spurs fan, I thought, why not, let's do this. I did a PSV one last year that's all live com and stuff like that. I thought, fuck it, this year I want to do a really decent career mode, and so we'll do one with Spurs. Obviously, I know the club inside out, so I thought I'd be the best person to try and lead us to glory. We're playing on Legendary. I'll just skip through all these stats and settings and stuff at the start. We did put ourselves in the Europa League in the first season. We managed to get Red Bull Salzburg, I think it was, and Lokomotiv Moscow in our group. But after we'd sorted out all the settings, obviously you go into the club and you get a couple of messages from the board. The first one was about Ericsson. He'd torn his calf muscle, so he might not be back for the start of the season. And then obviously they wanted us to qualify for the Champions League, and they also wanted us to buy a striker. But before we thought we'd go out and buy players, we thought we'd have to sell, get rid of some dead wood out of the club. And the first two players we list up are Bengali Kamalo, who I don't know why he's still hanging around the club, and Asu Akoto. We transfer list both those two. Asu Akoto is still worth like 2.5 mil, so I thought, fuck it, that's just free money sitting there. And we also added, we also loan listed Ryan Mason and Christian Ceballos. So after tampering with a couple of the players, you can see there we transfer listed Kamalo and Asu Akoto, and loan listed Mason and Ceballos for the whole season. And obviously we need to buy a striker, so that is what we tried to crack on and do. We thought we'd try and get Mattia Destro from Roma. We put in a cheeky inquiry, and also someone that's going to grow greatly in the future. We also tried to get Anthony Martial from Monaco, sorry, not Roma. We also put an inquiry about to Christian Benteke and Memphis Depay, but those two are kind of back burners. We'd more trying to focus on getting Destro and Marshall. So there's the first bid. Then we put 12.5 mil bid in for Destro. They said they wanted 17 mil, so we thought, fuck it, let's put a 10 mil bid in. It was in the end. I changed it. We added Kamalo to that as well, and also Monaco wanted 3.8 mil for Marshall, but we put in 2 mil. You know, we're not going to let them have it for what they want. So we put that offer in. We also get I was going to say a trade offer then, a loan offer for Ryan Mason to go to Millwall. We accept that straight away. Hopefully he can grow there out on loan. I know he's fairly old though. We then bump up our transfer to Destro for 12.5 mil. We'll also then get a transfer offer for Asu Akoto in for 2.1 mil. Accept that straight away. We then bump our next one up to Anthony Martial for 3 mil. This is coming thick and fast. And then finally, our offer gets accepted for Destro, and thus begins the contract saga with him. He's a fucking greedy cunt and ends up wanting a stupid amount of money. Then finally, our Martial offer gets accepted for 3 mil. We then have a £7 million bid in for Yunus Kabul, and we tell Sunderland to go fuck themselves. We then, Destro declines the offer again, so we put on another offer, this time for 70 grand. And then Middlesbrough come in for an offer for Bengali Kamalo. We get actually 2 offers at once there, so Kamalo came in. And then Juventus come in with a big offer, 20 mil for Hugo Lloris, sorry. But we also tell Juventus to go fuck themselves. And finally, Marshall then comes to the club, so he's the first player that we managed to sign. We then also get a loan offer in for Christian Ceballos that we accept straight away. And then we also get a £10 million bid in for Udinese, from Udinese, sorry, for Adebayor. So we accept that because I didn't really need him, but unfortunately, as you can see there, the transfer talks broke down pretty much instantly, because you know what Adebayor's like, he's a greedy fuck and probably wanted like 700 grand a week. Anyway, then on to our first pre-season match then. We're playing Real Sociedad at home. As you can see, a very strong lineup, to be honest. Probably one of our strongest teams, if not the strongest team. And we skipped it through and managed to win 2-0. Dembele and Lennon coming off the bench to score, and so obviously giving us a comfortable win. Friedel then gives us a nice little cheeky private chat and says that he might retire at the end of the season, which is fair enough to him. You know, he's like 43 years old, and I'm not going to play him at all this season, to be honest, because we've got Vorm as a backup. And then finally, again, we put another contract offer in for Destro, this time to 80 grand. And I don't even think he accepts that one as well. I think we have to put it in one more time. He's a fucking greedy fuck. Anyway, on to our second pre-season game then. We've got Torino away. Again, I didn't really tamper with the squad at all. And again, we managed to win 2-0. Kane coming off the bench and winning it, and obviously Lamella on the score sheet. And then finally, Mattia Destro eventually accepts our offer. We give him 85 grand a week, make him a crucial first team player, and finally accepts that, so he's into the club. And obviously now we've signed Destro and Martial. That left us with 5 strikers, so we had to get rid of 2 of them, and so we thought we'd loan out Kane because he's got a lot of potential, and we transfer list Adebayor. And then finally on to our third and final pre-season game of the season then. We're playing Parma at home, And again, we managed to win 2-0. That's 3 2-0 wins in pre-season to give us a nice little start. Finally, Destro accepts the offer, and so he's into the club, and he's going to be the one to lead the line in the Premier League. And then Stoke get a little bit busy and put in a loan offer for Kane. And they also put in a £9.5 million bid in for Adebayor, which I accept straight away because that's recouping most of the money that we've spent on Destro, and he's a lot better player. And then we get a £25.5 million bid in for Eriksen from Real Madrid, but we tell Real Madrid to go fuck themselves. And as you can see there's confirmation that Adebayor sold to Stoke for £9.5 million. We get £8 million onto a transfer budget, which isn't bad at all. Then AC Milan try their luck. Trying to put a £9.5 million bid in for Soldado, but obviously we're going to need him as a part of a squad rotation for Europa League and all that sort of stuff. So finally on to the first game of the season then. We've got Albert Square FC away. We decided to play it in the yellow kit. Don't ask me why, I just thought I did. Anyway, so this is the team that starts the game. We play Lloris in goal, Rose, Vertonghen, Kabul, Walker, Paulinho and Capu deep, with Dembele playing at cam because obviously Eriksen was injured, and then Townsend, Destro up front leading the line, and Lamela at right wing. And so I'm not sure how we were going to get on in this. Obviously, Legendary last season wasn't that great at all. It was comfortable. It was fairly comfortable, to be honest. So, to be honest, I ended up underestimating Legendary, and it was quite plain to see that Legendary was going to be very, very difficult straight away. Lloris making a fantastic save after about 8 minutes from Nolan. But West Ham were just too good for us, to be honest. They created chance after chance. 22 minutes gone, Carroll, I think that was, nods one off the bar, and we just didn't have anything up front. We posed no threat, and finally West Ham take the lead. Noble whips it into Valencia, and they kind of tramp this again. Noble plays it back to Valencia, who sticks it past Lloris to put them 1-0 up, and they deserved it. They dominated us. Legendary, as I could tell straight away after like 26 minutes of being 1-0 down, was going to be fucking difficult and a lot harder than I anticipated. But as I said, West Ham kind of dominated us. They hit the bar and had a couple of chances. Kind of a sweaty goal, but I don't really give a shit. And we were 1-0 down, and it didn't get any better for us into the latter stages of the first half. Valencia again, this time slipping through Noble, who whips it into Carroll, I think it is, and he does what he does best. He beats Rose comfortably in the air and sticks it past Lloris to put them 2-0 up just before half-time. And like I said, for the first goal, they deserved it. We literally had no shots on target, and we were getting absolutely fucking dominated, and I was getting really, really angry at this point. Anyway, on to half-time then. We were 2-0 down, and we needed something special. And so I thought, I didn't actually see that Eriksen was fit to play the first game. So you can see there we brought him on, and immediately he had an effect. Dictating play, came on, fed Lamela down the right-hand side. Lamela does really well here to dig out across, puts it into Eriksen. But it's a fantastic save near post there from Adrian. But as I said, Eriksen came on and started to dominate play. Destro here, this is probably our best chance of the match. Running at the heart of the defence, finessing it near post. I fucking celebrated as I thought it was in. But he puts it off the side netting. And it was just going to be one of those games that just wasn't going to drop for us, I don't think. But at this point, we were literally dominating the game. But West Ham was still posing threats. This time, Kouyaté running into our box. Not sure what defence was doing. And puts it into the side netting. Into the latter stage of the game now then. I needed 2 subs to try and rescue this game. We brought on Lennon and Anthony Marshall to give us some pace up front. But as I said, we were dominating at this point, but West Ham was still posing threats there. Carlton Cole probably should have scored. Literally into the dying embers of the game then. We were still creating chances, but just pulling nothing out of the game. The 2 substitutes combining, Lennon whipping into Marshall, who unfortunately hits the post on his debut. But finally we do manage to pull one back on the counter-attack then. Eriksen come on, 2 substitutes again combining, Marshall burning through with his pace and slipping it under Adrian to pull us one back. But in the end it was only a consolation goal. And then we just got dominated. And there's the final whistle. We lost 2-1. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it. If you did enjoy episode 1 of this Spurs career mode, give it a thumbs up. If we could smash 75 likes, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you're new around here, please subscribe to keep up to date with this series. And go ahead and check out some of the other videos on my channel that I've been uploading. Apart from that, remember to go ahead and follow me on Twitter. The links to that will be down in the description. If this video can smash 50 likes within a few hours, I'll upload episode 2 straight away, because hopefully this does pretty well, and I'm looking forward to uploading a lot of this. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. And apart from that, I will see you guys later on. Goodbye.